Welcome to the Extension Network. I am Isaiah Farrow, and I am a Cobb 4-H'er. Today we'll be interviewing Miss Brittany Kelly and Miss Crystal McFadden. They are our new staff to Cobb 4-H. Hello, Miss Kelly, and hello, Miss McFadden.
Hi, Isaiah.
Hey, Isaiah. Thanks for having us.
Tell us a little bit about your background working with kids in the community.
All right. Well, I'm a lifelong 4-H'er. I started 4-H in the 5th grade long time ago, and I continued in that program in 4-H, and I was a summer camp counselor at Rock Eagle 4-H Center, and I also was a middle school teacher. And after I served as a middle school 6th grade social studies teacher, I went on to begin my role as a 4-H agent in Paulding County, where I was the 4-H agent for 4 years before I came to Cobb County 4-H. What about you, Miss Crystal?
Well, I relocated from Virginia, and while I was in Virginia, I started as a behavioral aide. I moved up to a site coordinator, and then I started being a life skills teacher. So I have a lot of experience working with the youth, and I actually worked at an alternative school as well. So I'm excited about working with the youth here in Cobb County.
Tell us what you do at the Cobb 4-H Extension office.
So for me, I'm the 4-H agent, so I coordinate all of the 4-H programming in Cobb County. But I also go out to the schools. We go to several elementary schools throughout the county where we teach hands-on science lessons as well as public speaking. So we're teaching 4-H'ers the skill of public speaking. And we also do community service. I help with the county council meetings, which are the elementary, middle, and high school meetings located at our office, along with countless other activities such as camp and summer activities and competitions. So I do a lot with 4-H, but that's what makes it fun. What about you?
Well, as the AmeriCorps Community Service Specialist, I assist the program manager, and I also assist Ms. Kelly. And I will also be facilitating in the local schools, doing 4-H meetings, and with that, I will be guiding them in acquiring knowledge, developing life skills, and forming attitudes that will enable them to become self-directing, productive members of society.
What's your favorite thing about 4-H?
That's a good question. There's so many great things in 4-H that I guess I'd have to say my favorite thing is being able to experience various opportunities and trips with 4-H'ers, whether it be a trip out to Rock Eagle for our public speaking competition for the weekend, or going to summer camp, or going on a community service outing, whether we're helping with Operation Christmas Child or going to a local food bank. So those are my favorite activities, is just doing hands-on trips and experiences with 4-H'ers.
Well, I love working directly with the youth. I know we're going to be going to summer camp, so I'm very excited about that. And then also just the teaching, the leadership, and teaching them communication skills. So I'm looking forward to going into the classroom. That's really fun for me.
Thank you, Miss Kelly and Miss McFadden. We are so glad to have you. We are so glad that you are a part of 4-H. We'll be back in a moment.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on
I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
Okay, all right.
They might surprise you.
Hey, she took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Welcome back to the Extension Network. I'm Caitlin Schummel, and I am a program assistant with Cobb 4-H. We're here with Rebecca Glover and Isaiah Farrell, who are some of our 4-Hers in Cobb County. We're going to have some fun with one of our 4-H events called Consumer Judging in Cotton Bowl. So first, we have part of our consumer judging competition, which is Cotton Bowl. So we have a kit here, which was donated to us by the Georgia Cotton Commission. And so inside this lovely package, we have all the different types of cotton, all the way from the raw stuff to the manufactured product. So Rebecca, you want to take a look at this yarn right here and tell us what you see with it? And Isaiah, we have a cotton bowl just for you. So these things, Isaiah, you have the raw plant. So what does that look like to you? Is it kind of like the same color as your shirt, or is it different?
It's different than my shirt because this is like a yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it has like a leaf at the bottom of it.
So that goes through a lot of processing. We can see right here as they weave it out and get all the impurities out. And then, Rebecca, you have kind of the finished product that we then make into those t-shirts. What does yours look like?
It looks like more of a cream white.
Awesome. So then once they make that yarn, then it goes through the dyeing process and they can make it into green shirts or bleach it out and make it white. So with our Cotton Bowl competition, junior 4-Hers, which are from 4th to 6th grade, they make a commercial for cotton. It's just a quick 30-second commercial. And then our senior 4-Hers in high school, they make a advertisement, and it's a 90-second just PSA more about cotton. You can get really creative with that. So we're excited to have this through Georgia Cotton Commission.
All right. And the second component of that competition is you are actually judging consumer products. So each year, Georgia 4-H has the consumer judging portion of the Cotton Bowl Consumer Judging Competition, and you are judging 4 different products. So this year we are judging formal wear, smoothies, toothpaste, and backpacks. So what happens is you are given a scenario. It's a random scenario that tells you what the person is looking for that consumer product. Okay? Then you place the products from best to worst based on what that person was looking for. Y'all want to see a test of it?
Yeah,
see if you can do
sure.
it? Well, we're going to test it out with candy. All right? So I've got 4 different types of candy. So first I've got some Juicy Fruit gum. And I've got a Kit Kat bar, Mr. Good bar, and a Twix. All right? So let me read you the scenario for what you're looking for. All right. Tiffany is looking for a candy bar to have as a treat for making all A's this semester. She loves chocolate, but also wants to watch her calorie and fat intake. She has $2 to spend. Which candy bar should Tiffany choose? All right, so what I always ask my 4-Hers whenever we're judging a scenario is, what is the person looking for? So what were some of the things that Tiffany's looking for? Rebecca, can you tell me one?
Calories.
Calories, so she was looking for her calorie intake. Isaiah, can you tell me another?
She was looking for chocolate.
For chocolate. She loves chocolate. So we know we're looking for something that is chocolate, something that we're looking for the calorie intake, the fat intake, and who remembers how much money did she have to spend?
$2.
$2. So if it's $3, can she buy it?
No.
No. All right, so let's take a look at number 1. So number 1, we had our Juicy Fruit gum. Is it chocolate?
No.
Do we need to even worry about it? No. So we know this is going to be the worst product for Tiffany. All right, number 2, is it chocolate?
Yes.
Yes. All right, so looking at the back, what is the calorie intake, Rebecca?
210.
So 210. So this has 210 calories. And Isaiah, what's the fat?
11 grams.
So we have 11 grams of fat in this Kit Kat bar. All right. So next we have our Mr. Good bar. Is it chocolate?
Yes.
Yes. Rebecca, calories?
250.
250. Very good. Isaiah, what was the fat?
16 grams.
16 grams. So that's a little bit more calories, right, than the Kit Kat bar? And it also has more fat with 16 grams, whereas the Kit Kat bar only had 11. All right. And so finally, we have our Twix bar. Is it chocolate?
Yes.
Yes. Calories?
250.
250. Fat?
12 grams.
12 grams. All right. So we already threw out our Juicy Fruit. So this is at the bottom. That was product number 1. So far, which one was chocolate and had the least amount of calories? Y'all remember we
Kit
had
Kat.
the Kit Kat bar. Very good. So the Kit Kat bar had 210 calories and it only had 11 grams of fat. So this would be the best choice for Tiffany. So this would be the top. So this would be 2. All right, so number 2 is the best one. So between our Mr. Good bar and our Twix bar, so the Twix bar, they both had 250 calories. The Twix had 250 and the Mr. Good bar had 250, but one of them has less fat. Do you remember which one had less fat?
Twix.
The Twix, very good. The Twix had 12 grams of fat, while the Mr. Good bar had 16 grams of fat. So the second best would be?
Twix.
Twix, very good. The third best would be?
Mr. Good Bar.
Mr. Good Bar. And finally, we said at the very bottom of the class?
Juicy Fruit.
It's the Juicy Fruit, very good. So each of them have product numbers, and so the Kit Kat was number 2, Twix was number 4, the Mr. Good Bar was number 3, and the Juicy Fruit was number 1. So at a consumer judging competition, you would say, I place this class of chocolate 2, 4, 3, 1. And so it's easy as that. And if you like competition and you like getting in there and learning the best ways to shop based on your consumer judging knowledge, then this would be the best contest for you. All right?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you for teaching us all about the competitions that we had with 4-H Consumer and Cottonville Challenge. So stay with us. We'll be right back with Extension Network.
Nice. No.
Oops. Yeah, sure. Let's go. Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
My name's Reggie. Just recently, my wife and I took in her sister's children. Now, we already had 4, so I went from becoming a family man to a man with a bigger family. Now, you can't eat love, so I don't know how I'm gonna feed them tonight. How was that, Rich?
I think I look more like Denzel.
That's cold, man.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome to the Extension Network. I'm Rebecca Glover, and I'm a Cobb 4-H'er. Next, we will learn more about other programs that 4-H has to offer. We have Miss Kelly, our Cobb 4-H agent, and Miss McElroy, a 4-H program assistant joining us. Miss McElroy, what are some special events at 4-H?
We have so many special events. I'm going to talk about Project Achievement. We've got plant sale. I know Ms. Kelly's going to also chime in on that as well. Project Achievement is our public speaking competition, and it's open to 4th to 12th graders here in Cobb County. And it's a huge event for 4-H all over. It's so fun because now this is a board that I bring to my 5th grade club meetings. And what we do in 4-H, one of the things that we do is we visit different elementary schools in Cobb County, and we target 5th grade classes, and we encourage them in public speaking. Right? And so we bring boards in like this to give them an idea of what public speaking is about. So they would put a board together. It doesn't have to be typed or printed out like this, but they can hand draw or handwrite their presentation as long as it's nice and neat. And it just kind of shows them some important tips on how to put together a poster and how to stand up and present in front of people. Now, this is a competition at the county and district level, but it's volunteer. So if they want to do it, they can come on out and do that event. Now, so this is an example of some nice visuals and good text that we have on a board. But when we turn to the back, and I know Ms. Booth Miss Kelly loves this. This is a bad example.
You don't want your presentation to look like this. So this is the alternative that we show 4-Hers, that, the front side, you want the nice big text, the big pictures, so that your audience can see it. Do you think, Rebecca, is this something that your audience would enjoy seeing while you're talking?
No, I don't think so.
No, you're exactly right. So we try to show them the compare and contrast of what that looks like. So this is an example of what a bad poster looks like.
No good. Right. So we tell the kids that they definitely want to have colors match on their boards and make it nice and neat. Don't plagiarize. Most of them know that already. So
Right.
I just like to make that point here. And use note cards to give their speeches instead of putting their entire speech on the board. So just some helpful hints that not just help them in this competition and project achievement, but also in real life. So part of this is giving our 4-Hers skills that they can carry on. Maybe they're going to apply for a job or apply for college or different positions. So it does help them out. So again, it's for 4th to 12th grade. And it's a great way for them to carry these skills on through their youth. Now, I mentioned that we do go to 5th grade classes in Cobb County, so we do some public speaking. We also do hands-on science experiments and demonstrations, which is really fun. And we do that throughout the school year. While we're there, we do tell them about different events in 4-H, like Project Achievement. Some other things that we have going on throughout the year are different fundraisers, like our plant sale. That's in March every year, and that helps fund scholarships and events, scholarships especially for camp. And they also get to learn about other events in the community where they can do community service. So there's a lot of things going on in 4-H.
That sounds very interesting, Miss Kathleen.
Now, with Project Achievement, I said it's for 4th to 12th graders, and I know that you did Project Achievement last year. Can you tell us a little bit about what you did?
Yes, well, I competed in the category public speaking, and the speech was on how to be an effective public speaker. And so I knew that 4-H, one of its main components is to teach kids how to public speak. So I thought that would be very effective.
Awesome. And how'd you do?
I won 1st place.
Awesome. Very good. Now, I also know something about you, Rebecca, that you are an awesome singer.
Thank you.
And you have actually done events here in Cobb County, like the Martin Luther King Jr. event.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you think that's something you might want to do for Project Achievement one day?
Yes, that is one of the many things I would like to do.
Okay, wonderful. Would you like to give us a little taste of your singing talent?
Sure, I would love to. When will my reflection show who I am inside? When will my reflection show who I am inside?
Very good,
That's
Rebecca.
awesome, Rebecca.
Thank you.
And that's what I love about Project Achievement, is that it gives kids who have all kinds of interests the opportunity to express that. So we have the public speaking competitions like what you did in various topics, from public speaking to dog care and training to wildlife and marine sciences to arts and crafts. But we also have performing arts projects where you can sing just like you did, or play an instrument, or dance. And then we have cooking of those who don't want to public speak, or they can't sing, or they can't dance, but they have very strong cooking skills. You could also cook too. So that's one of my favorite things about Project Achievement.
Yeah, absolutely. It helps our 4-Hers pick a passion, something they really love, and present on it.
That sounds very interesting. Thank you very much.
We also have summer camp. So do you like the summer?
Yes, I love the summer.
Do you like going on exciting trips during the summer?
I love to go on trips.
Very good. Well, the cool thing about 4-H is not only do we go throughout the school year, but we also have summer activities such as summer camp. So we divide them by age group. So our 4th through 6th graders, they get to go to Rock Eagle, which is the largest 4-H center in the world, which is very cool. So we will do that sometime this summer. But if you are a 7th and 8th grader, we call that junior camp. And this summer, we get to go to the beach. So our 7th and 8th graders are going to Jekyll. So you'll have to come with me down to Jekyll Island 4-H Center. And then finally, there are camping experieners for 4-Hers in the high school level. So they get to go to what we call senior camp, which will be held at Rock Eagle as well. But we also have what we call senior extreme camp for those campers that like to rough it. They get to go camping, they go fishing, they do high ropes activities like zip line and climbing wall. So those are for our extreme campers. But the sky's the limit when it comes to summer camp with 4-H. So just because the school year's over in May doesn't mean that we stop everything too. So keep us in mind this summer when you start thinking about your 4-H activities.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, Miss Kelly.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you need to add, Miss Kathleen?
Well, if people want to learn more about 4-H and what we have to offer, they can call the Extension office at 770-528-4070. We also have a Facebook, hashtag UGA Cobb 4-H. So our Facebook page, you'll see, if you search that hashtag, you'll find a lot of information and photos of what we do. People can also check out our website, ugaextension.org/Cobb. Okay.
Thank you, Miss Kelly and Miss Kathleen. And thank you for joining us at the Extension Network. See you next time.
The land-grant university system was created to advance agricultural and mechanical sciences 150 plus years ago. And we realized that some of the research that was coming from out of the land grants, it was not reaching the people. So the Smith-Lever Act was passed 100 years ago. The purpose of that act was to create the Cooperative Extension Service, which was to take the research that was created by the land-grant universities and actually give it to the people who could use it.
And so that was the genesis for the creation of the Extension Service, or the Cooperative Extension Service, as it was called at that time. It was to take the research-based information from the university, from that land-grant school, and get it to the people who need it so that they could use it to improve their lives, their economy, and to improve agriculture.
Well, I lived on a farm until I went off to be in the Navy and to go to college. And my father was a very fine and aggressive farmer. And of course, the source of our advice when Daddy wanted to do something better or learn about a new species of peanut or cotton or corn was to go to the Extension Service. And they gave him whatever advice he needed. And it was just like a constant source of inspiration and advice and counsel, and sometimes correction when he was doing something wrong. And as I grew older and when I came back from the Navy and spent the next 17 years as a full-time farmer, I saw firsthand the great value of what the Extension Service offered to everyone in our county, not just farmers, but everybody in the merchants and others who did business with farmers and depended on agricultural income.
My earliest experience with the Cooperative Extension Service came as a result of joining the 4-H Club when I was probably in a middle school age group. They encouraged us to participate in competitions, and we had to learn our various project areas and make presentations in the local and the district competitions. And also, I began to show livestock as a part of my 4-H project and continued to do that for a number of years. So the Cooperative Extension Service and its supervision of 4-H was an important part of my younger years.
I serve Fulton County. It's a large county. We don't have that many farmers, but we have a lot of people. and we have a lot of families that just simply need help. So Extension brings that human touch to our community. We answer the questions directly. We give it to you in a manner that you can understand and you can use, and you can apply it immediately. So Extension is kind of like that friend next door. You may not talk to them every day, but you're really glad that they're there.
One of the advantages that we have is that we're always on the cutting edge of the newest information, the newest research that's coming out of the University of Georgia. And we are a direct source that our clients can come to find that information. We're a filter for that information, and we are able to explain it in a way that people can use it for practical everyday application, whether it's on the farm, in their families, or in their communities.
An increasingly important element of Georgia's and America's total production of food will have to be designed toward meeting the needs of our own country and other nations more than it has been in the past. So I think the gamut of influence of Extension Service, I don't think has been minimized in recent modern days, but I think the opportunities to expand the influence has been greatly increased now and I believe in the future.
I think the future for cooperative extension across the nation is very strong, and I know in our state it is.
The simple problems in agriculture have been solved, and they've been solved for the last 100 years or so. Only complex problems remain. Our researchers on our land-grant universities working in multidisciplinary teams will provide solutions for these complex and complicated problems. But how you transfer that information back to the farmer, back to the agribusiness, back to the family or the youth development specialists through 4-H is going to be very different. That's where cooperative extension has always been good. That's what their strength is, and that's where we see them being so important in the future.
We're continuing to see evolution in the production of agricultural products, and I expect that to continue. We will probably have fewer farms, but larger farms. And the Cooperative Extension Service certainly has a role to play in that new structure. They've adapted very well to the changing circumstances and the changing economy of our country over the last 100 years, and I have every reason to believe that they will continue to do that here in Georgia for the next 100 years.
The most rewarding part of my job is being able to help people and provide current research-based information for our clients. They come to us over and over for that information because they see us as the number one source of information that they can rely upon, whether it's for their farm, their agribusiness, or for their families.
Real life changes. Extension brings real life changes, and being that agent in the community on the ground, being that agent to serve is a pretty miraculous thing.
In all the ways that I had an early developmental life in earning a living and learning how to live as a productive citizen, I would say the Extension Service had a major beneficial effect on me.
You were supposed to make a right, but you made a left. And it's okay, you found your way. On a personal note, as I was counseling the two of you.
Takeout meals for just $12.99. Call them.
Sherry Pearson. You are the sole surviving heir of the King of Montonopolis, and you are now worth $45 million.
I'm rich! This can't be real.
Of course it's not real. Come on. Having money isn't about luck. Like that takeout meal. Cook at home instead, you can save thousands a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig.